And we're back right where we left off. So I'm continuing to see what else I can leave with him. And I think, unless there's any other item I want to leave him, I think I should be good. I don't have any junk to discard yet. This is what I was referring to before. But I think today marks the first day where I'm going to be picking up some junk. I do not. Let's see what else we have. Tool. Okay, let's see if there's... Oops. So, as he was mentioning, you can add particular parameters or effects to each, to a particular gun. You have to take it from one gun and put it on another gun. But what will happen is you'll lose that gun. I think unless you have something called a super tool. Again, there's some parts to this game that I'm really not familiar with, so I think I'm actually going to hold on to this for now and use it later. Okay, so we're back. I do believe there's one door here I cannot really access right now. Not until, I think, day 3, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, so this is the kennel. Wish I could give her a nice Christmas dinner. Assuming he means his wife. And I hope he really means dinner and I didn't just hear something incredibly inappropriate. Oh, here we go, the best character in the game. Let's see if I can do a good voice for this kid here. What's his name? Ben. I think his name's Ben. Hey there, you lost? Ben? Daddy! So this is Ben. Ben, this is Aya. Now what are you doing here? Here! Tickets? Oh, yeah, the concert. Sorry, son. Daddy's real busy today. I promise I'll make up for... Fine! Ben. Adult supervision? He just runs out into the streets of New York and he'll be fine. Guess every kid needs a mother. That's not true. I was raised by my father too after my mother died. I'll always be grateful for him. Yeah, well, his mother's still alive. Oh, I thought I was just kind of pondering. I didn't realize I had control of her. So, I think I need to go this way if I'm not mistaken. Okay, Kathy, just stand there and look pretty. You met Daniel's son, Ben? Daniel divorced his wife last year. This was before you were assigned here. He kept saying every boy needs a father, so he fought for Ben's custody with Lorraine, his ex-wife. Well, he won, but being a cop, I doubt if he has time to spend with him. Oh yeah, Captain Baker was looking for you. Alright, better go see the captain. Cannot leave him waiting. Can't get over how awesome this music is, seriously. And it really sets the tone for pretty much every moment in the game. Which is, I tend to say that a lot about the good games, because that's what they do. A lot of games don't do that. Sadly. Okay, what is up with the 90s? Well, I guess I just answered my own question. I was going to ask, what is up with the 90s breast high jeans? Seriously. We're having a press conference now. Alright. You'll be on national television as the sole survivor of that incident. I see. But you only answer when I ask you. Then just don't freaking have me there. Like, seriously, just say I'm gonna be the spokesperson here. Okay, let's go meet the press. I don't know. I think it could have been a lot. It would have been a lot easier if he just did that. But game logic. Work of a terrorist. Sorry, that's an actual police siren outside. That is not a sound effect in the game. What does that say in the back? Opera Theater Incident Press Conference. What does that say? Does that say Captain Baker dat beer? Sweet! Well, even the officers and firemen burst into flames. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to skip that. Another question. Then how did Detective Brea survive without so much as a minor burn? That's a result of her quick thinking and training as an officer. I'm asking her the question. Whoa, she said that my mitochondria were a mutation. Oh my god, New York Times. Your mitochondria? Who said this? Melissa. No, she said she was Eve. But according to a report, Melissa Pierce was killed in the fire. Melissa did die. Her body had been taken over by this Eve. What's this Eve? Some kind of an alien? People, please. She's very tired and we're still investigating. That will be all for today. Wow, it sounds like there's like 500 people in this conference room. That's impressive. Oops. I screwed up my one task. Oh, you're right there, buddy. You kind of broke your hand there. You'll only stir up the media and cause a panic. Baker here. Who? What does he want? Well, put him through then. This is Captain Baker. What? Meet? You'll have to speak up. Yes. What? Yes. Alright. Some Japanese scientist, I think, couldn't understand his English too well. He was raving about some mito something. Says he's coming over here. Mito? Sounds like a freaking cereal. Is it mitochondria? You mean that thing in the cell that makes energy from oxygen? Hey, nice 5th grade science definition there. Might have heard about that in school. That's what Eve had said. That it's time for the mitochondria to be set free. Hey, I just read that some researcher at the museum wrote a new theory on them. Sir, I'm taking Aya to go talk to this researcher. Go. Better get there before the media. May explain that phone call too. Yes, sir. Come on, Aya. By the way, this game made me want to go to the Museum of Natural History. It seriously did. And you'll see what I mean in just a moment. Okay. Oh. I should have saved, but there's going to be a save point at the museum, so I should be alright. Like I said, speaking of the Museum of Natural History, games, there's a lot of games that take place in New York, but interestingly, they kind of only highlight Manhattan. And this game is one of them. Like, you wouldn't even know, if you knew nothing about New York, which you pretty much would have to live under a rock to accomplish that amazing feat. We're going to the museum here. This game would only make you think, hey, it's just Manhattan. I mean, and it's fine, it probably is supposed to be a story that only takes place in Manhattan. But games in general that take place in New York, most of them kind of do that. And I understand why. I mean, Dr. Klump. I kind of understand why, they're pretty much the vast majority of landmarks, when people think New York, they're in Manhattan. And you kind of want to showcase that, and I get that. But, there's other places in New York. And I think the one game that really did a good job of kind of showing, hey, New York is not just Times Square and the Empire State Building and this and that. It's everything. It's Brooklyn, it's Queens, it's the Bronx, Staten Island, and of course Manhattan. And the one game that really does that is actually GTA 4, which ironically enough doesn't even take place in New York. It takes place in Liberty City. So that's, for me, I kind of say kudos to them for that. And I wish more games that take place in New York kind of, if they want to give a complete story, that is, of New York, they, they should show all of New York. But like I said, a game like this, I let it pass. I let it slide. And what is up with the street? Seriously, it looks like there's only like one lane, and Manhattan doesn't really have that. I'm sorry, I am completely talking over this, and I did mention before that I'm not going to be reading all the text, but if you guys want to actually read it, you're more than welcome to kind of pause the video and read it. They're basically just kind of talking about the researcher that we're going to be going to see in the Museum of Natural History, which they basically talked about in the precinct before, so we're going to see. I think that's all they said. I actually wasn't paying attention. That's pretty bad. I apologize. It's been a while since I visited the museum. Dinosaur exhibit. Loved these things when I was a kid. Looks like it's closed today. By the way, I'm wondering who would play a good Daniel. As a matter of fact, who would play a good any of these characters, like Aya, Brea? I remember when I was little, not little, when I first played this game, I was kind of contemplating that. And I kind of thought maybe Sarah Michelle Gellar could play a good Aya. And that was pretty much the only person I thought of. And for Daniel, I didn't really think of anybody. But now I'm kind of like, oh, maybe Danny Glover. I don't know. Where with the NYPD? We're looking for a Dr. Clamp. He works here, doesn't he? He sure does. As a matter of fact, he's up there in his room right now. Well, maybe Daniel Glover might be too old now. I don't know. I'm sure there's like plenty of good people that could play Daniel. Nah, I just want to talk to him, that's all. And by the way, don't expect me to be able to do a German accent. I can barely do a New York accent. And the reason why I say that is because Dr. Klump, Hans Klump, that is, Hans Gruber Klump, most likely has a German accent. You'll find him in the research lab on the second floor. He's been pretty busy for the past few weeks. Doesn't come out, ever. Oh, he must smell great. By the way, could you sign in? It's policy. Let's just keep track of who comes in. Wow, would have been a nice thing to say before we started walking. Gee, Dan, are you sure you don't want to run down here and do it yourself? Notebook's on the counter, thanks. Okay, is it this? Yep, that should be enough, unless you want to leave your number too. And she just put a dot on that notebook. That was like the fastest signature ever. She should seriously be the Guinness World Record of fastest signature signer. I'm impressed. Okay, we're gonna be saving. I don't think much action will be happening though. Yeah, sorry, spoilers. You guys were not really wanting me to spoil that. Hey, Aya. Over here. God, me doing the voice of Daniel is gonna so cause my throat to be scratchy. Check it out. Excuse me. Hello? Dr. Clem. Wow, he's typing to a nice beat. That is sick. I like that. Seriously, that should be like a new techno song. Nobody types like that. I hear you. That was not a German accent. We would like to ask you a few questions. And Professor, we're looking for clues concerning the incident which occurred. Are you accusing me? What? This again? What is this? This man. Oh, he's in the flashback, huh? And the plot thickens. What is she doing? Yeah, I'm alright. we'd like to ask you about the mitochondria research you've been doing. NYPD, huh? Why are you interested in my work? The suspect mentioned that the mitochondria would be set free. Now, that suspect ignited people without laying a finger on him. Then it transformed into some kind of creature and ran off. Since she mentioned mitochondria, we were hoping you could supply us with some info. Ha ha ha, you two have absolutely no idea what the true mitochondria is like. Do you? Possesses its own... I'm just gonna read it in a regular accent. Its own? Are you saying it's a separate organism? Precisely. Kinda like a parasite or something, huh? Kinda like a Parasite Eve. By the way, when I first played this game, you're gonna hear a lot of this, you're gonna read a lot of this, biology. I didn't really understand a lot of this before, but like I said, this is kind of the game that really got me into biology. And then, as I said, when I took that AP biology course, then I started to understand what he meant, you know. The brain functions due to interaction between axons and dendrites. 200,000 volts of electricity, now that's awesome. Heat. Then the combustions from last night were... For a human to burn and melt 1600 degrees? Oh my goodness. There are several hundred mitochondria present. Melting a human would be such a simple task. So you're saying that the mitochondria ignited those people? Professor, you may be right in that we need the mitochondria to live. But in the end, we're just using them for energy, right? Haha, you have no idea. Before we're born, this hand is merely a glob of flesh. When the cells between the fingers deteriorate, that's when the fingers first form. When the cells which make up the body aren't needed anymore, it receives a signal to die. This signal is initiated by the mitochondria. When it is relayed, the genetic information in the nucleus is cut off and in essence dies. The same can be said for aging. The mitochondria mutates 10 times faster than cells. Of course, this also applies to mutant forms of mitochondria as well. When too many mutant mitochondria multiply, energy production level decreases. The decrease in energy production is associated with aging. So, are you still stupid enough to say that we are the higher species? But you're not saying that the mitochondria is doing all this consciously, right? When I said that the mitochondria could mutate 10 times faster than normal cells, I also meant that they could evolve at a rate 10 times faster. Since the beginning of creation, the mitochondria has been evolving at this rate. It is no surprise if they possess a power beyond our cognition. No surprise at all. And I am starting to not be able to read, guys. I apologize. This is why I didn't really want to read. The scientists wanted to establish a connection with the human ancestry in 1987. It was announced that the root of all humans can be traced to a single woman in Africa. This finding was announced around the world, and with this, the mitochondrial theory spread like wildfire. You know what they call the root of it all? Mitochondria Eve. Splendid name. Eve? The suspect in yesterday's case called herself Eve. What? Hey, if you know anything, you better not be holding back on us. She called herself Eve? Sorry, but I've told you what I know. I'd like to return to my studies now. I believe you know the way out. Hey, you better explain what the hell's going on here. He's back to the techno-typing. Daniel, just forget it. Let's just go. God damn it! And apparently that took all day. So, what are we doing here? I guess we're going back to the precinct. Oh, hyperspeed go! What the hell's wrong with that guy? I can't stand him. Okay, I could understand if he's driving like this with the sirens on, but I don't hear the sirens going on, so he's killing people right now. To serve and protect. That man, I've seen him before. It's Daniel. What? Okay, we'll be right there. Aya, looks like we got a break in the case. What? We gotta get back to the station, Aya. Hang on, I'm kicking this into turbo. And by the way, yes, when I was younger, I used to call her Aya, because I did not know how to pronounce that name. And I thought it would rhyme with her last name, Brea, which I'm assuming that's how it's pronounced, so it would be like Aya Brea, and then... Boy, was I wrong. Alright, here we go. This is all she does all day. Wonder what's happened. Oh, I guess I'm going this way. Let's go, folks. I do like how they tried to make the chalkboard relevant to what's going on. Melissa's solo concert was scheduled for today. She disappeared after last night's incident and the concert was cancelled, but people are still gathering at the stage. We must not let another massacre happen again. Okay, so what you could have done was maybe completely block off the stage so that people didn't gather around it. But then we wouldn't have this game. Concert is at the Central Park Amphitheater. Central Park? What is it, Daniel? Ben and Lorraine! They're at that concert! What? Daniel, screw you, Baker! My son's in danger! Daniel. Aya. Watch his back. Yes, sir. Sweet. About to blow some stuff up, man. Let's put a noob tube on this gun. And I'm stuck on something. Was I stuck on Daniel? The world may never know. Okay, so when are you gonna let me tune up the guns? I didn't ask to be assigned here to watch over the warehouse all day, you know. As long as you see guns as toys, you'll never touch them. Hey, I know I can make a stronger gun than you. Guns aren't supposed to be stronger, you numbskull. They're supposed to be safer. Fine, you geezer. I hope I didn't break up anything. Sorry, I didn't mean to make such a scene. But that goes for you, too. You can never be too careful with a gun. Do you have an equipment mod permit with you? Yes, I do. And I have no idea what I'm going to use it on. Can I use it on this gun, though? Yes, I can. Okay, I'm probably going to put one of those other guns away, just as a heads up. Because, all set. But just remember, yes, I know, that is your motto, and you're going to drill it in my brain. Thank you very much. Okay. Can turn that gun into a cannon. Alright, we're going to see here. Okay. I guess that was the reason I didn't put it away before, because I forgot to, like, empty it out. Store item. Is there anything? You know, I'm gonna keep that on me. You'll see later that there's some pretty cool effects you can add to the guns. I'm gonna try to experiment with that a little bit as I get further along in the game. So I do believe I am good to go. Oh, yeah. Kicking it into overdrive now. I want to drive to this music. I love how a lot of the songs are like remixes of other songs. What the hell does Melissa or Eve want from us? Well, it looks like she wants to gather people in one big area. Damn, that thing's got my boy involved. She's gonna pay for this. Let's hurry. Yeah, 'cause we're not going fast enough. Just hang in there, Ben. I'm coming for you. This is the world's drunkest helicopter pilot. Maybe that was supposed to be stylistic. Whoa, we're gonna go around Manhattan about 50 times before we stop. I have no idea. Ooh. Ben! Daniel, stop! I gotta go get my boy, rookie. Oh my goodness. Whoa. Sometimes you gotta look before you leap, old timer. I don't care if I burn. Actually, that's a... I'll go. My accent is just so horrendous. Like, my voice acting for him. I apologize if I offend anybody. It's just my voice acting is really bad. Leave it to me. Well, but... I'll get them out safe. I promise. Besides, Ben needs you. You won't do him any good if you're dead. Alright, I'm counting on you, Ayu. I know. Again, this situation begs the question, why not just completely close off the park? And, oh, this song, awesome. I know I keep saying that, I know that's gonna probably tire people out, and I know maybe a lot of Let's Players don't do that, but hey, it's the truth. But actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to save my progress. And as I was mentioning before, why couldn't the police block off Central Park? I mean, if there's like a terrorist threat of some sort on a certain place, that's what people do. That's what authorities do. They close off the place. They say, you can't come in here. You can't do that. And they're not just going to sit there and be like, well, I hope people don't come here. But apparently this version of the NYPD does. Yeah. So actually, on that note, I'm going to go ahead, leave you guys in suspense, because I think I'm just about out of time here, and I will pick this up next time, where we're going to explore Central Park. Maybe we'll kill Eve. Maybe we'll die. I don't know. We'll see. But you guys are just going to have to wait. So, until next time.